This phone is causing chaos in the smartphone world, and for good reason. OnePlus just pulled off something that's making even Samsung and Apple quietly nervous. Their new flagship, the OnePlus 15, isn't just another upgrade. It's a statement, a device built to challenge everything we thought we knew about performance, cooling, and battery life. And somehow, it's doing it while undercutting the big guys on price. Yeah, this is the kind of phone that makes tech reviewers double-check their notes. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Sam here. If you love staying ahead of the curve, make sure to hit like, share this video, and subscribe so you never miss the next big drop. Alright, let's dive into this beast. So here's the deal. OnePlus didn't just make a fast phone. They made a machine. This thing is engineered like a gaming console, optimized like a workstation, and cooled like a mini spaceship. The moment you hold it, it doesn't feel like any smartphone you've used before. And that's not an exaggeration. Let's start with the biggest shocker, that 7,300 mAh battery. For context, that's nearly double what the iPhone 15 Pro Max packs. And it's not some slow charging brick either. OnePlus somehow combined 1,200 wired charging and 500 wireless charging into the same setup. Plug it in, and in the time it takes you to grab a snack, it's already at 100%. That's insane. Now here's where it gets even crazier, the Glacier cooling system. OnePlus literally engineered this thing from ultra-thin terrible steel sheets that dissipate heat twice as fast as before. Add to that the Glacier air conditioning chip that actively lowers the core temperature of the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, plus an air-cool layer made from actual space insulation material. They didn't stop there. The phone even comes with something wild called a gaming hand cooling model, which targets 10 specific hot zones on the phone to keep your fingers cool during long gaming sessions. That's right, your hands stay chill even when the phone's pushing 120 frames per second. And speaking of frames, that 165Hz display is absolutely bonkers. It's not just about refresh rate. OnePlus went deep into the Android framework to rewrite how touch response works. That means your taps, swipes, and flicks register faster than any phone on the market right now. Combine that with the G2 gaming network chip that boosts Wi-Fi and data stability even in dead zones. And suddenly this doesn't feel like a phone. It feels like portable hardware designed for esports. Now, let's talk display. 6.78 inches of flat, flawless 1.5K LTPO panel made by Bo. Sure, some people were hoping for 2K, but here's the truth. 2K displays can't run at 165Hz yet. So OnePlus made the smarter call, prioritize fluidity. The result? Every animation, every scroll, every flick just feels effortless. You'll notice it instantly. And durability? Let's just say OnePlus went off the deep end in a good way. They didn't settle for IP68 or even IP69. Nope, they gave this phone triple waterproofing, IP68. IP69 and IP69K. You could literally take this thing into a rainstorm, a pool, or a car wash and it'll walk out fine. It's complete overkill, and I absolutely love it. But here's where things get spicy. The camera setup. 350MP sensors, a main, an ultra-wide, and a 3.5x periscope telephoto, plus a 32MP selfie shooter. On paper, that sounds flagship-worthy. But if you're paying attention, you might have noticed something missing. The main sensor, at 1.56, is solid, but not groundbreaking. With this thicker frame and larger battery, OnePlus could have gone with an even bigger sensor to match what Samsung and Apple are using in late 2025. So while the shots will look crisp, it's not exactly game-changing. That's the one area where OnePlus might have played it a bit too safe. Still, where they didn't play safe is the software. Oxygenos 16 brings a slicker interface, an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, faster animations, and something called the plus key. Think of it as a shortcut button that you can assign to almost anything, from launching your camera instantly to switching gaming modes. It's the kind of small but smart feature that just makes the phone more fun to use daily. And that's really the theme with the OnePlus 15, fun. This phone feels alive. It's not trying to be a productivity robot or a minimalist slab of metal. It's bold, aggressive, and full of energy. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 makes it fly through apps and games. And with LPDDR5X RAM plus UFS 4.1 storage, you're getting top-tier speeds across the board. Now, here's something that's going to turn heads: pricing. Despite all these wild upgrades, early reports suggest that the OnePlus 15 might actually cost less than last year's model. That's rare. In an age where every brand seems to be raising prices, OnePlus is pulling a complete reversal: better specs, lower price. That alone could shake up the flagship market. And get this, the global launch is happening in November. That's weeks before Samsung's Galaxy S26 and just after Apple's iPhone 17 Pro hit stores. Timing-wise, it's genius. By the time those phones start dominating headlines, the OnePlus 15 will already be in people's hands, setting the tone for 2026. So here's the big question: has OnePlus finally cracked the code? Because if you think about it, they've managed to balance performance, battery, design, and value in a way that no one else seems willing to. Sure, the camera department might not break records, but everything else? It's practically a statement to the entire industry. Innovation doesn't need a $1,400 price tag. And if you've been following the leaks, it's clear OnePlus is playing the long game. Their next software updates are expected to bring AI-powered video stabilization, adaptive game modes that tweak performance on the fly, and better thermal controls. Basically, this phone is built not just for today, but for the next few years. So, let me ask you this: would you rather have a phone that charges in 10 minutes and lasts 2 days? Or one that takes great photos but dies before dinner? Because OnePlus is betting most of us are done compromising. And honestly, they might be right. The OnePlus 15 isn't just another Android flagship, it's a wake-up call for the entire industry. If Samsung and Apple don't respond fast, they could be in for a serious surprise in 2026. Anyway, that's my deep dive into the OnePlus 15, a phone that feels more like a challenge than a release. I want to know what you think. Would you trade slightly better cameras for insane battery life and cooling tech? Drop your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, share it with your fellow tech fans, and subscribe for more honest takes, because we've got plenty more fire content coming your way. Until next time, Sam out.